It's giving green couch. No, it's a green couch. It's not giving anything.
Go off, Delta!
You know what's a double-edged sword? Is speaking in one word. I was recently at the car dealership and the person that was doing my transaction didn't have any sort of like welcoming, any sort of hello, nothing like that. They just looked at me and said, car, and like rolled their eyes. And I was like, oh, it's the Aston Martin. And they were like, oh, debit or credit? And I'm just thinking to myself, like, what, like, it just seems so rude to like not greet someone. Like maybe they have a job. I know I talk about this a lot, but I'm going to talk about it until the cows come home. I think people that work in customer service need to just have the tiniest level of decorum. Like it is not that difficult to just look at somebody and say, hi, were you picking up your car? And then I say, yes, it's the Aston Martin. And they say, oh, okay. How would you like to pay for that? Is that going to be debit, credit, cash, in tacos? How would you like to pay for that today? And then I can tell them, like, I'd like to wash dishes for the $9,000 that I have to pay to pick up my car. But they don't do that. They just debit, credit. I don't know why that, like, where that comes from. That, like, the least amount of effort possible. But it's a double-edged sword, and I say that because I do like it when I'm out somewhere and maybe I'm like in drag and I'm walking by and somebody goes, fierce. That's a compliment. That feels great. You only need to say one word and I know what you're communicating to me. You know what I'm saying? Or you walk by and somebody goes, ooh, bitch. That's good. That's great. Actually, that could be double-edged too itself because somebody could go, bitch, and then somebody go, bitch. Like that. Kara Cunningham, a.k.a. Chris Crocker, once upon a time said that and did that. And I was on board with that. I understood that. So that sort of thing, that sort of like where it's like, it's cool if you say a word based on like the way that you say it. It could be it could be received as a positive and also be received as a negative. But there's like tons of words that people use that just, or phrases that people use that I'm like, where does that even come from? Like, I was wearing a red wig the other day and somebody goes, oh, very red wig vibes. When you use the word vibes, it's used in place of suggesting to someone that there's an aura around what they're doing, and it seems to suggest an experience like something else. So, if I have a macrame plant holder in here, and I have some old 1970s records, and I have a hairy bush, and somebody says, what does this experience give you? And then I could say, this gives me like a bit of a 70s vibe. But I wouldn't walk up to the hairy bush and go, oh, hairy bush vibes. I would say, you have a hairy bush. It's not giving me waxed vibes. It's giving me muff. And then it's giving, like people say that too. Like it's giving green couch. No, it's a green couch. It's not giving anything. Now you could say, oh, this is giving me a really swank bachelor's den. Oh, okay. I could see you're talking about like the sort of grommets and the upholstery. Like I get where you're going with that. But this idea of like using, or when people say, what is it sometimes people say? You'll say, oh, you know what? The other day I had a really great lunch. Oh, what did you have? I had a Western bacon cheeseburger at a Western Bacon Cheeseburger Land restaurant. And they'll go, I love a good Western bacon cheeseburger. Well, no, I mean, you don't love a bad one. So you love are you giving me a little of this? I don't know. I'm looking at this blonde wig. I'm getting a little Dolly Parton. Well, I don't know. The flyer says Dolly Parton. I was just announced as Dolly Parton. I have a big hairy mole right here hanging off my face. My lips are this big. I think I'm giving you a lot of Dolly Parton. Not a little. Ooh, I love a little Dolly Parton. No, everybody loves a lot of Dolly Parton. You can't just love a little bit of Dolly Parton. You got to love a lot of Dolly Parton or you have to leave the planet. You know what I'm saying? You have to love a lot of it. What is something else people say? Oh, I love a good taco salad. Do you? Do you love an average taco salad? Or do you just like accept an average taco salad? I love a good, you're giving me, you know what you're giving me? Like this is the other thing. Someone will come in a tuxedo. Oh, you're giving me formal wear vibes. No, this is a formal wear. This is tried and true and tested. Like stop using that. Now, if somebody said, I'm going to wear a wetsuit because I'm going to go snorkeling, but I think I want to put a bow tie on it. And I think I want to carry a cane. And I think I want to have a top hat. Then you could say, you're giving me scuba diver with some formal wear vibes. Like, I get that. Those are the vibes. Not full formal wear. But you are giving me the suggestion that your drag today is scuba diver in formal wear vibes. That I'm on board with. That I understand. But looking at someone fully done. Oh, look at you in this wedding gown with 6 ladies all wearing peach dresses that match. You're giving me wedding party vibes. No, we're getting married right now. Stop. Oh, it should have gone away a long time ago, but it's still around. Realness. Ooh, are you giving me red dress realness at the Emmys? No. I'm really in a red dress and I'm really at the Emmys. There's no realness. There's no suggestion. It's really happening. But people grab these words because they hear other people use them in other ways. And then they're like, I want to use it too. But it's like, you got to figure out how to use it, man. It's not working. Like you can't, I don't know. I hear people use words all the time. I try not to use them just because I don't think I'm using it right. I don't really say that something is bussin'. I let other people use that because I think that they know how to use that. I think I know what it means. And I think whenever I want to say that something is bussin', I like to say, that's fantastic. That is exceptional. That is better than I imagined. That is perfection. That's lovely. That is spectacular. I don't think it's better than bussin'. I just can't use bussin'. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't always cut a word, but sometimes I do. I think if someone is charismatic or has charisma, I want them to know that I think that they are charismatic and they have charisma. I don't want to tell them that they have all the riz. I don't want to tell them that. I don't think that's for me. I don't think that's my generation. I don't think it's my neighborhood. I don't think that is my zone. I don't think that is my congressional district. It's just not for me. I think you're charismatic. I don't think you have the riz. Oh, and people say bet. 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 Bette Midler. Bet. You know it's Betty Davis. It's not Bette Davis. It's Betty Davis. I could be wrong. You know it's LaCroix, not LaCroix. The company said so. You can call it whatever you want. I'm just saying. You know when somebody has a funny laugh? And they like laugh and they like maybe they snort. Like they'll do that, right? Or they'll laugh and they'll burp. Or they smile and they have like a really big funny smile, a big toothy smile, or maybe they have like incisors, like their incisors are longer than usual, or maybe they have a gap or whatever it is. When you laugh at somebody who has that, they're going to remember that forever. So as much as I'm up here in this way talking about like people misusing a word or whatever, I'm speaking in jest about like actual words, not like mispronouncing a word, but actual words. But when people smile really big in joy, or they laugh at something and they have a funny laugh, Those are signature to them. And when you make fun of them, they're going to remember it forever. And I'm just coming to you as your auntie to tell you that's not cool to like laugh at somebody the way that they laugh and go, oh my God, you have the weirdest laugh. They're going to remember it. And every time they go to laugh at something, they're going to stop themselves. Because I know people like personally who have like what people deem to be not the perfect smile, you know, and they cover their mouth because they're nervous or embarrassed. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a piece. I'm not trying to get that serious with you, but sometimes we have to be serious with one another and let people know, like, you know, we all have a mirror. We know what we look like, right? I mean, come on. So just talk the way you talk, you know? Like, say what you say. What's her name? Sarah Bareilles said, I want to see you be brave. Of course, she said that, and then that song sounds exactly like Roar by Katy Perry. Did you know that? Go lay those songs over one another. Something I do, like, because I'm weird, I will do that, and you'll just see, like, they spoke the same thing, but in different ways. But it was the same song. I'm telling you, Roar and Brave by Sarah Bareilles. Yeah. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I think you want to see me take a break.